In this Smart Mind Map review, I'm going to show you everything you need to know about this software. If you have any questions, please be sure to comment them down below, and I'll also be sure to leave a discounted link down there so you can always get your money's worth for Smart Mind Map. Smart Mind Map is a software where you can create high quality mind maps, business diagrams and flowcharts. This is what you should see once you have first downloaded the software off the website where you download it from. So once you've installed it, downloaded it and opened it up, you should be greeted with this page, which we're going to go ahead and jump straight into. So again, this software is for like businesses and mind maps and kind of going ahead and actually putting your ideas on paper or on the page of the software, because it is a software. So this is a really high quality kind of business software. If you maybe run a business and you want to again get your ideas out of your head and visualize them, this is probably one of the best softwares out there for that type of visualizing. So in this review, I'm going to go through all the features, and then throughout the review, I'm going to dive deeper into each features, seeing what the software has to offer and how it offers it. So again, let's jump straight into it. So first off, you land on this page where the software actually gives you kind of like a sample of what the software can offer. So we have a mind map example 1, and then you can scroll through these and you can see a mind map example 2 and a decision flowchart example, and you can go through these and see what type of examples the software has to offer and what you can end up building yourself down the line. So once you get a bit more connectivity within the software and understand all of its features, you can start building mind maps, flowcharts and different types of diagrams like this. So for now, we're going to go ahead and stick on this one, this mind map example 1, so we can go through the features of how to customize each section, and then we'll go ahead and start our own to see if we can then follow up with what we have done. So like most softwares like this, you can go ahead and just click on anything you want, maybe like a photo editing software. You can just click on any of these icons or these variables and actually go ahead and delete them or edit them or anything like that. To delete them, you can go ahead up to the top left hand corner and click cut, or if you know any shortcuts, you can just Control X, which also does the same thing. So you can also add text, different type of text. Again, it's just like a lot of photo editing softwares, but with a professional kind of diagram outlook, and you can just change your text and font size up here, bold, italic, underline, all the bottom line type of stuff that you want to go ahead and have in a software. It's a really good feature that the software has. It'd be pretty lost without it. So I really like that it includes all of the main features of a normal software like this up on this top bar. So that's where all of the home design stuff are. You can't really get lost with that. It's just the normal stuff. But if you want to go ahead and actually change anything or add any shapes or anything, you can go to the left hand side. And as you can see here, it says shapes, and we've got loads of different type of shapes or shape sections to choose from. We can go on more shapes here, or we've also got basic shapes, basic flowchart shapes, decorative shapes, arrow, and my custom shapes. So you can go through these and kind of select which one you want, which I really love, because then you can go ahead and not have just the same boring diagram over and over again. It's good for business professionals. Maybe you want a meeting, or maybe you're trying to portray some idea that you want to show. This is a good software for that because it has a lot of different types of things you can add on. So that's what I really love about this area. So as you go on more shapes, again, another thing I love is how many shapes you can choose from. Now you're going to have to go through all of these on your own if you want to go ahead and actually see exactly what each one is. But as a general idea, you can see there's a ton to choose from. And if we were to click on one, you can see that it opens up those type of icons that we actually clicked on. So we clicked on the SVG icon city, and now we've actually got loads of icons that actually comes up as a city. Again, that's really good because you can portray your idea really well to maybe a business partner or a meeting and not have to design your own type of icons, which is wasting time, and personally I don't like to waste time. So for professionals, this is a good area for you, so you can keep on your time schedule and just have icons that portray your ideas. So that's what I truly love about the shapes section. Again, you can go through more different types of shapes. Let's go with arrows next. And now you can see it's came up with loads of different types of arrows that have different types of styles. There's a huge variety to choose from. You can scroll through these, kind of select which one you want. Let's just select one and drag and drop it. As easy as that, in under a couple of seconds, you can have a different type of icon on your diagram. So again, like I just said, all you have to do is drag and drop it. It's really simple and not actually hard to do this. So I've been aiming this towards professionals, and it is aimed towards business professionals, but if you're a beginner as well, this software is probably for you if you want to become a professional. It's really simple to use, really easy to actually navigate, and again, the outcome is really well established. So as you can see here, I'm just dragging, turning this about. You can pretty much play with this, kind of place it wherever you want. Let's just put the arrow towards ideas, and now we have our little circle arrow towards the ideas. Now if we actually clicked on the ideas, Now we want to change the text next. So if you double click the text, it actually highlights it, and then you can just backspace that and change the text to whatever you want. So I'll just title it reviews for the sake of this review. And now you can see I've changed the text to reviews. You can see it also doesn't fit on, so you can just click on it and change the size like that. And the arrow is connected to that as well. Really easy to get along with and really easy to navigate. It's a pretty simple software for how it actually conveys itself. So now if we clicked on this creativity icon or this creativity circle, you can see we can actually change the sections of this type of thing. So we can add a connector to it, rectangle, just move it about, add some text, or even select the type of shape on it. You can also bring it to the front or send it to the back in case you might want to overlay some features or some icons, and you can send them back and forth really simply by just up here. Now if you go ahead and actually right click on anything as well, it opens up a little section where you can actually cut, copy and paste. Again, if you know the shortcuts, you can do that. If you don't, you can just right click on things and cut, copy and paste right there. So now that we've worked through the shapes and this top bar and how to actually select and design some things, we can now go ahead and scroll through and see what type of different areas, again, this software has to offer. So like I scrolled through at the beginning, you can do different mind maps, different types of UML components, flowcharts, etc. So now we've also got some diagrams that you can actually create as well, which is a pretty cool feature. Scrolling through the software, you can see what type of things you can create. So now we're going to go ahead and see if we can start our own file up rather than following on what the software provides. Again, although we're going to go ahead and start our own file, the fact that the software provides a sample one to see what you can actually achieve once you work through the progress of your own skills in this software is absolutely mind-blowing. I think that's really insane, and I actually personally truly love that feature because you can see and learn the software straight off the bat from what the software provides. It's pretty much kind of holding your hand as you go along until you're comfortable and professional enough to do this on your own. Personally, I think that's an insane feature and I think it's really good. So if we want to go ahead and create our own file, you just go up here to the file section, obviously click it and then click new. It should then ask you if you want to save the document you have now. I'm just going to click no because it is the one the software provided. And now we have our new document. As you can see, this is our blank template, and now we're going to see if we can add some things like our own shapes like we did before, but on an actual document now, and see if we can build something up. So if you go to insert, you can actually insert a container, which is pretty much kind of like an outline of your page if you want to do that as well. It has loads of templates that you can choose from, a good variety, and we'll just go with that one. So it opens up this little resize section where you can then resize what you chose to your page. Resize it however you want. As you can see, I'm doing it now. Really simple, and then get that over and done with. So there you go. I've now resized it to the right size. And as you can see, it's pretty much a template. So it's got a heading right here that we can again double click and just change it to reviews. This is going to be our reviews diagram. So now we've got our reviews diagram, we've got our template laid out. We want to start adding some shapes. So again, we can go on more shapes like I showed you guys earlier, and you can go through the different icons and different shapes you might want to add to these sections. So we've got our basic shapes right here, which we can scroll through, like rectangles and circles and etc. So we're going to play about with it and see what we can actually build. Let's just drag in a rectangle, place it down there, and again, simple as this, in under a matter of seconds you can resize it and actually build something up with ease that looks really professional. Even just the software in general looks professional. If you're not actually too good yourself, you can actually just look professional by being on this software in the first place. So now that I've went ahead and actually created my rectangle, I want to actually add some text. I'm going to create maybe like the type of flowchart that you would do to start a review. So you just actually double click it. As simple as that, we don't need to be dragging and dropping any text. Double click the shape you actually imported, and then you can write on it whatever you want. So I'm just going to put in start recording for the reviews diagram, and now you can see we have the start recording typed into this section. If you want to change it, just double click it again, and you can now change any size of the text all the way up here, like I showed you back at the beginning with the text section. Really simple and easy. Change the sizes, make it bold, and again, customize it however you like. Really straightforward, doesn't actually need any deep explanation or deep skills. It's just really simplistic, which I personally really love. So now maybe we want to go ahead and add an arrow that kind of points to our next step within our reviews diagram. So a really great feature that I love about this software that I truly think is a really good feature is you can search the shapes through the hundreds of different shapes that it provides. Not only does it provide hundreds of different shapes, I also love that you can search through them in a couple of seconds with ease. So let's search for arrow because that's what we're looking for. Once you click search, in literally a second, we now have our arrow shape. Just simple drag and drop. Let's go with this one. Let's just drag it there. And we now have our arrow from our start recording that can now work through our diagram. We can then also just copy and paste this right here by clicking Ctrl C and Ctrl V, and then double click it, edit the text, and then start the review. And there you go. As simple as that, I've now made a simple diagram from one point to another point in under a minute or two. So then once you are happy with your diagram, personally I'm very happy with this diagram, but obviously your guys would be much more professional. You can just click file up here, save it as a file if you want to go ahead and come back to it, or even export it all the way down here as a PNG, a JPEG, etc. And then you have your diagram exported, created, and professionally designed. Really great software. And there you go, that is it for the Smart Mind Maps review. Overall, I think this is insane software for actually creating mind maps, and there's a couple of features that I personally truly love. I really like the features on how simplistic this actually is. It portrays itself as a really professional software. It looks kind of daunting at first. However, once you get through it and actually get into it, it's really easy to navigate, and the software actually helps a lot with that. Would I recommend this to anyone? Yes, I absolutely would. Any beginners, professionals, etc., anyone who wants to use a software like this is the best one to go to. And would I use it myself? Yes, I absolutely would. If I ever needed a diagram, I'm definitely coming back to this software. Overall, I think this is a great software and I would use it again. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.